One of the skills you may be asked to perform when you take your state exam is to ambulate a client using a transfer gait belt. You will be asked to walk a client who needs some assistance to stand while demonstrating the proper use of a transfer gait belt. The role of the resident client is played by a person. The checkpoints the state evaluator will use to evaluate your performance are listed at the end of this video demonstration. Greet the client, address them by name, and introduce yourself. Explain the procedure by speaking clearly, slowly, and directly, maintaining face-to-face contact whenever possible, and ask client about personal preferences. Provide privacy with a curtain, screen, or door. If assisting the client from bed, make sure the bed is at a safe level before assisting client to stand. Assist the client to a sitting position with feet flat on the floor. Make sure client is wearing shoes before assisting to stand. If assisting the client from bed or wheelchair, check and or lock the wheels before assisting client to stand. Apply a transfer belt securely at the client's waist over clothing or gown. Stand facing client, positioning self to ensure safety of candidate and client during transfer. Provide instructions to enable client to assist in standing, including pre-arranged signal to alert client to begin standing. Count to 3 or say other pre-arranged signal to alert client to begin standing. On signal, gradually assist client to stand by grasping transfer belt on both sides with an upward grasp. Candidate's hands are in upward position and maintaining stability of client's legs. Ask client how they feel upon standing. Walk slightly behind and to one side of client for a distance of 10 feet while holding onto the belt. Assist the client to turn and have back of legs positioned against seat of chair before sitting. Provide support to assist client to sit into chair. Remove transfer gait belt from client's waist without harming client when seated in chair after ambulation. Leave client positioned in chair in proper body alignment and hips against back of seat. Make sure the signaling device is within reach and bed is in low position. Wash your hands before performing your next skill or at the end of your last skill. Skill checkpoints. Does the candidate. Greet resident, address by name and introduce self. Provide explanations to resident about care before beginning and during care. Apply transfer gait belt before standing resident, placing around the resident's waist and over clothing, secure so that only flat fingers hand fit under belt, and the belt does not catch skin or skin folds. Provide signal or cue to resident before assisting to stand. Assist resident to stand while holding onto the transfer gait belt without holding belt only at the front or only at nearest side. Ask about how resident feels upon standing. Walk resident while standing to the side and slightly behind resident. Provide support while walking resident with an arm under resident's back holding transfer gait belt. Ask about how resident feels during ambulation. Walk resident at least 10 steps. Assist resident to turn and have back of legs positioned against seat of chair before resident sits. Provide support to sit resident back into chair. Remove transfer gait belt from resident's waist without harming resident. Example, pulling transfer gait belt when seated in chair after ambulation. Maintain on-body mechanics when assisting resident to stand and sit. Leave resident positioned in chair in proper body alignment and hips against back of seat. Ask resident about preferences during care. Use standard precautions and infection control measures when providing care. Ask resident about comfort or needs during care or before care completed. Promote residents' rights during care. Promote resident safety during care.